The three objections of the Bhattu Mimamsakas against the Prabhakara theory of sentence meaning rest upon a common presupposition. It is presumed that on the Prabhakara theory of sentence meaning, the meaning of an individual word cannot be determined as distinct from the meanings of other individual words. It can easily be shown that the three foregoing objections rest upon this presupposition. First, if it is not possible to determine the meaning of an individual word as distinct from the meanings of other words constituting a sentence, then the compositionality principle would have to be given up. Because in that case, no competent speaker of a natural language would be able to ascertain the meaning of an individual word in isolation from the meanings of other constituent expressions of a sentence. So, it will not be possible for her to understand the meaning of a new sentence on the basis of her prior knowledge of the meanings of individual words. Second, if it is not possible to determine the meaning of an individual word, then our understanding of any new sentence would be anomalous. Third, if it is not possible to determine the meaning of an individual word, then the words belonging to a particular language cannot be classified into different grammatical categories. The Prabhakara philosophers have replied to this objection by pointing out that this presupposition about their theory rests upon a misconception. The Prabhakara philosophers have nowhere stated that the meaning of a particular word is a particular entity which is connected with some other particular properties or particular actions. For instance, when a new learner or a child learns the meaning of the term cow by listening to the utterance of the sentence bring the cow, and also by observing the behavior of other competent speakers of the natural language who listens to that sentence, what the child or the new learner understands is not an animal which is related to the act of bringing. Rather, the child or the new learner understands that the meaning of the term cow is a particular animal which has the potency of being related to other appropriate entities that is presented in any new context. In other words, the new learner understands the way in which particular word can be used in any given context, in any new context. The Prabhakara theory of sentence meaning thus displays an acute sensitivity to the contextuality of meaning. It anticipates the Fregean context principle. Gottlob Frege wrote in his Foundation of Arithmetic, it is only in the context of a sentence that a word has a meaning. The Prabhakara philosophers also point out that the meaning of an individual word can be accounted for only in the context of a sentence. The meaning of a word cannot be explained in isolation, that is, as not being connected with the meanings of other words. Thus, a sentence is admitted to be the primary unit of meaning by the Pravakaro philosophers. A sentence is the primary vehicle of meaning. The Pravakaro philosophers also show that on their theory it is very easily possible to determine the meanings of individual words as distinct from the meanings of other words. This can be done by employing the techniques of introduction and elimination, which the Pravakaro philosophers call avapo and uddharo. Shalikanath Mishra writes in his Prakarana Panchika, Bhavahareshu vriddhanam vakya shravana bhavishu avapodhara bhedeno padanang shakti nishchayo. That is, a new learner understands the meaning of any word by observing the contribution which that word makes to any sentence in which the word is used. That is, the child or the new learner observes that this part of the meaning of a sentence is introduced with the introduction of that word within the sentence, and she also observes that this part of the meaning of the sentence is eliminated if that word is eliminated from the sentence. By these techniques of introduction and elimination, the new learner ascertains the meaning of every individual word. So, the learner can also understand the meaning of new sentences on the basis of her prior knowledge of the meanings of individual words. Her understanding of any new context would not be anomalous also, and words belonging to a particular language can easily be classified into different grammatical categories. The Pravakaro theory of sentence meaning also displays an awareness of the problem of relational knowledge. The relation that obtains among the meanings of the words constituting a particular context cannot be conveyed by a separate relational word or a relational expression, because if a separate relational word is admitted to connect the meanings of the other words constituting the sentence, then the question would arise that how is that relational expression related to other relator? If a second relation is admitted to relate that relational expression to the other relator, then the theory would lead to an infinite regress. So it is always better to admit that each word presents its meaning as connected with the meanings of other words. Each word presents a connected meaning. No word presents a discrete meaning within the context of any sentence. The Pravakaro theory of sentence meaning thus addresses many problems which are discussed by the present day philosophers of language. This exposition of the Pravakaro theory of sentence meaning is, however, a very brief and a very rough one. I have not been able to give reasons in favor of the Pravakaro thesis that apurvo is the meaning of all imperative sentences and bhavana or actions cannot be the meanings of imperative statements. In this lecture, I have also not been able to present the Prabhakaro answer to the question that how are meanings of indicative sentences determined. Here I have only addressed the problem of understanding imperative statements. Thank you for patiently hearing this long and technical lecture, and I am extremely grateful to the Arts Faculty Students Union of Jadavpur University for giving me this opportunity of presenting a very ancient theory regarding language before the students of the arts faculty.